Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Rocket Gyan, my fellow space tubers. Oh my god, we are meeting after so long. And I'm telling you, uh, this was the time when I really wanted to explore things. And finally, I am here with all the updated stuff and things for you. Just a second. Yeah, yeah. So let me just welcome you all because we are meeting after so long. So hi Nikhil, hi Delta, Wildflower and Audit Amplifier. So Wildflower say thought I may never see a Gyan stream again. Glad I was wrong. Yes, you were right. You were right, and you were very wrong about it. This will never happen on this channel. There were certain things, but now everything is all right, and I wanted to make a comeback. So with a good stream, and I finally chose this one so that we can have a very good time. This is a very exciting mission going to space, especially from India, and last launch of 2024. You can say that, right? Is it or not? We will definitely find out. Hey Marcus, welcome to the stream and welcome everyone. I hope you like this new poster here. It says Chandryaan and here it says ISRO. There are certain things which I'll be adding more soon, but yeah, let's just have excited animal not seen since 1941. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll be a regular from now on. So let's just jump into it because we don't have much time left. So first of all, first things first. Whoa, what is this? What is this? So, guys, if you don't know, today or whatever, yes, in America, tonight is the Black Moon Day. What a way to start the stream, also, right? This is a very rare phenomena which is going to happen today. So, what is a black moon? It's nothing but a black moon, which means you can't see it, which means it's a new moon. So, this is a phenomena which is I thought I should, talk to you guys. I should tell you guys, inform you guys, so that you can never miss this opportunity. So, what happens in a black moon is there are multiple definitions, but this one is like if two new moons happens in 1 month, then we call that the second new moon as a black moon. So this is the black moon which we'll have. In this, you will not see the moon itself, so that is the case. So moon will not be visible, so it gives an exciting and amazing opportunity for all those people who are interested like me for stargazing, astronomical stuff, telescope and whatnot. So you all can go outside, especially in North America with this cold weather here. It will be highly visible. The sky will be highly visible. You may be able to spot the galaxy also, the Milky Way galaxy. So yeah, I wanted to tell you all about this. So let's just get out of it and jump into the mission which we have today. So just a second. Yeah. So wait, what? What? Where is the fairing? Fairing is cut in half, right? So this is a new what should I say, thing from ISRO, right? New shenanigans from ISRO, in which they introduced this what should I say, kind of cut off fairing. This is not a fairing though. This is just so they have clarified afterwards. Where is it? Yeah, so they have clarified it afterwards. So previously what used to happen, you can see this blue tarp, right? They used to cover it with the tarp. Now to ease the efficiency and all those things, they have introduced a cover. So this is just a cover for the PS4 module. And this time there is one more thing, that the PS4 module itself is integrated at the PIF facility. So that is amazing. And this is nothing, this is not a fairing, this is just a cover. And next thing we'll talk about this rocket itself. So yes, so this is the rocket, this is the fairing. Yeah, there you go, if you were having thoughts about it. So we have the fairing here, and we have the PSLV in the core alone configuration. So if you we already know about PSLV a lot, but I'll just summarize it. So this PSLV consists of first stage as the solid rocket booster with these with this core alone configuration means it does not have any side booster, and this is not a side booster. This is a sit vector control system which is used for the roll control of this rocket. So this is kind of a liquid fueled kind of thruster on both the side, this and this, so that the roll control can happen. Then the first stage is powered by the propellant, the fuel. The solid rocket fuel produces a thrust of around 4.8 thousand kilonewtons. Then we have the Vikas engine second stage. The third stage is again the solid, and the fourth stage again liquid. So this is how it looks like. I won't talk about much of this rocket because we have a lot of two things to talk about in the fairing, what is inside this fairing itself. So let's just jump into it. And whoa, what is this? So these are the two main star runners for today, show runners for today. Meet Chaser 1 and the target, Chaser and the target, which is SpadeX 1 and SpadeX 2. So these two will be the will be the pioneers who will do the docking in space today and complete that maneuver in which these two satellites will be docked for the first time ever by Indian Space Agency, which is the ISRO. So this will be an in-space docking which will be done by these two satellites. There is a whole lot of complex scenario and stuff here which happens, but don't worry about that because I am here. I'll explain to you everything, each and everything that you need to know. So let's just jump into it. Yes, so we have the R&D payloads from ISRO, which we'll talk about later, but let's just talk about this mission itself. So these two are the satellites which will dock. So how will that docking happen? So let's just see. So these two satellites, they will come together, and this is a little bit like animation in which the final phases of the docking is explained. So there is a whole lot of complex scenario which I'll explain. Don't worry about it. But this is how the docking will happen. So this, you can see there, this is a standard docking module. These two things, which is kind of based on what we have on ISS. Kind of based on that. It's a scaled down version mostly. Not sure, but since this is a small satellite, it can be the case. But it's the configuration and the docking mechanism kind of similar to what we have in ISS. So these two will come docked with soft capture, and then finally you can see the second part comes in and locks the two for the hard capture. So this is how it will work: soft capture, and then finally hard capture, and then mostly all the wiring connections and everything is done. So you can see that here how this will look like. Now let's just see how this docking mechanism will take place. So there is a whole lot of complex scenario, but before that let me just make you see. Hey Elena, hey Delta Vik, Depratim Karn, welcome to the stream. So yes, this is the PSLV fourth stage. You can see people around it. So this is the fourth stage, and there are people around it, having some you can see these oh yeah, I can zoom in. Wow, cool. Yeah, so you can see people attaching some stuff here. Okay, these are the solar panels, but you can see the stuff attached over here. These are all the payloads which will be flying today, and this will be all these all will not be deployed, but this will serve as a POEM payload, in which you can see the power transmission, all those things will be covered by the PS4 stage, but the experiments itself are hosted over here so that it can run in space. The experiments can be done in space, and then these two are our star showrunners for today. So yes, now let's just see the docking mechanism, the complex docking mechanism which I was talking about. So first of all, what are the objectives of this mission? Don't get worried about this. First of all, shout out to ISRO Spaceflight for providing this graphic, and this is such an amazing and simplified graphic. I haven't find any graphic which is more detailed than this, and such a every information in such a precise way. So shout out to ISRO Spaceflight, go check out to them. So yes, so first of all, yeah, I was talking about the objectives. The objective is to rendezvous, dock, and undock of two small spacecraft, SDX-01 and SDX-02, which is the chaser. You can see the chaser and the target, and both have around 220 kgs of mass. Okay, we'll talk about the payload later, but so what will happen is, so the the PS4 mission, they will deploy them at a 55-degree inclination at 470 kilometer altitude. This will give so they will, you know, deploy them in such a way that there is some sort of you know, relative velocity between them, so that they can separate, right? So because of that, the incremental velocity will allow the target spacecraft to build a 10 to 20 kilometer distance between the chaser within a day itself. And when will it dock, that also we'll talk about. Today it won't dock basically, but yeah. So what will happen is, the after that, the target spacecraft will use its own propulsion system to, you know, come to a very you can say 20 kilometers by this. So this is all happening before that. So before that, what happens, there is a relative velocity between them. Because of that, separation happens, and then to decrease that separation, align the orbits, first of all, target spacecraft will just you know, align those things. After that, once it is in near the range of 20 kilometers, then the drift arrest maneuver after this is what drift arrest maneuver is. After that, it will end, and the chaser spacecraft will approach. So what will happen is, the spacecraft will decrease their you know, distance by incremental. You can see 5 kilometer, 1.5 kilometer, 500 meter, 2 to 5 meter. So this will happen very, very slowly. So for you know, 5 kilometers altitude, sorry, separation, they will have from 6,000 meter to 200 meter. Laser range finder will help them to find the chaser spacecraft and approach them. And then finally, the rendezvous sensors will take place after from 2000 meter to 250 meters. So you can see how complex a docking system is, right? We just feel it's just a simple dock, but you can see such a complex system. So after 250 meters, you can see the proximity sensors will take place. You can see here 30 meters to 0.4 meters, determining relative position and velocity. After that, the video monitor will start from 20 to 0.5 meters. You can see such a close things. And then finally, mechanism entry sensor from 8 to 4 centimeters. You can see the distance between them, literally such a small distance, such a high precision. And it will be used to determine the chaser entry into target during docking, and then finally the docking will happen. So this will be the first, will be the soft capture and then the hard capture. So once that is done, there will be a demonstration of electrical power transfer post docking, which they have to do. There are post docking objectives also. So what they are here, let me tell you. Yeah. First of all, demonstration of electrical power transfer will happen, and then finally the undocking of these two will happen. So this is the primary objective of the SpadeX. Once this is done, these two spacecraft will have its own sensor. So one the SDX-01, the chaser spacecraft, will have the high resolution camera, and the other one, the target one, will have the miniature multispectral radiation monitor. So these are the two payloads which will have on SDX-02 and SDX-01. So they will not be like objects in space, but they will do some science also afterwards. So this is the whole process, and see how precise they are going for. The approach velocity during docking will be 10 millimeters per second. 10 millimeters per second. Seriously, right? So this is all we have, and you can just check out their Twitter page also, ISRO Spaceflight, explaining each and everything which I have talked about in much more details. So you can just go and check that out if you want to get some more experience over this. And then we are not stopping over there. We have other payloads which I talked about, right? Those small things which were attached on the POEM, those payloads over here. So we have, those are also very, very interesting. So this mission itself is proving to be a kind of, you know, predecessor of what all things you require for Bharat Space Station Chandrayaan 4 mission. So this docking I forgot to talk about. So this docking mechanism, why they are testing is because they want to demonstrate docking for the space station BAS, Bharatiya Antariksh Space Station, and then we have uh, the Chandrayaan 4 mission and the Gaganyaan mission. All those things are there, so they have to do such scenario. And again, there will be much more, maybe in the Mars sample collection mission is there. For all these things, docking isn't required. That's why the docking today is very necessary. And then we have some 14 R&D payloads from ISRO. One of those is the robotic manipulator, which you can say relocatable robotic manipulator, which is nothing but walking arm on the space station, kind of, you can say. For this, is not a space station but POEM, but it will ultimately be used as a walking arm on space station, which is there currently on the International Space Station as well as the Chinese space station, Tiangong Space Station. The Tiangong Space Station is kind of different because that also works as a platform for the astronauts to hold on to, so that they can do all the extra space activities, EVA activities. So those are the things. So let's just talk about these. So before that, so this is the ISRO space flight Twitter handle. You can see that. You can go and follow them, and there is a whole detailed, I won't be covering all these things here in that much of detail, but I'll talk about all those things in things from the rough point of view. But you can go and check out all these things are there. This is such a detailed thread of all the things which the the payloads which are flying. So go check them out. So first of all is this one. This is the RRMTD walking robotic arm. So you can see here this is and this both are kind of similar. So what happens is this comes, why do we call it as a walking one? Because if it has to walk, what it will do is this thing kind of attaches or bursts or dock, whatever you want to say here, and then this frees itself, and then it can the degree of freedom is same, but the area, the special area increases, and it can go to other places because of this mechanism, kind of like how worm walks, right? Kind of similar to that. So it has many things. So it has indigenous robotic joints, arm controllers, grappling mechanism, standardized adapter with power and data transfer, cameras for eye in hand operation, advanced software architecture with obstacle aware motion planning, and several layers of safety features. So it's not just it will go and attach it to this part, but the thing is that it has to do with all the safety mechanisms in place. So you can see that this is a kind of a complex system which looks very simple, but it's very highly complex. Then we have the another one. This is also kind of looks similar, but this is interesting one because this is a debris capture robotic manipulator from ISRO. These all are the experiments from the ISRO itself. So the objective of this experiment is to demonstrate the capturing of the tethered debris by a robotic manipulator using visual surveying and object motion prediction in the space environment. It also includes the demonstration of a parallel end effector for object capture and manipulation. So if any tethered object is there, or any if any object has to be captured, this can do that. You can see the manipulator here. So finally it will be capable of capturing free floating debris, refueling tethered and free floating spacecraft in future POEM missions. Again, this is necessary for Gaganyaan missions and all those things, because if you happen to know some debris is about to come in contact with the space station, this can maybe catch it. Depends obviously on the velocity of it, but if it is in the those velocities which are manageable, it will be able to capture it. So all these things are the build up for the Gaganyaan mission, the Chandrayaan 4 mission, and all those stuff. So next one we have the RWA, which is the reaction wheel assembly, again made by the IIST this time. So it is nothing but mostly a reaction control system. I wonder about, okay, let me just finish this one first, then I'll talk about this. Then we have the MIRS, which is the multi-sensor inertial reference system. Again, the objective of the payloads are technology demonstration and performance evaluation of newly developed miniature inertial sensors in space. All these are the sensors and everything, kind of what the NASA and all other space agencies work at the space station. All those things kind of, we since we don't have a space station right now, we have a POEM module. All those things can be tested over there, and this is a very interesting one. You can see, first of all, this image itself is interesting because there is a pen to scale of what this thing looks like. But this is nothing but a Lexus, which is um, not the Lexus, sorry. This is the LFU and LIP, which is nothing but laser firing unit and laser initiation pyro unit. So what it does is, so initially we have pyro technique thrusters, in which is mostly used for separation thrusters. So what it does is, it has some certain substance, but which burns at a very rapid rate. It's a single cartridge, so it's a single use kind of things, and then it just propels whatever is in front of it. So it's kind of a thruster, but mostly used for separation system. But that is a complex one. This is a newer one because it uses laser, which makes it very, very compact, and so it has reduced power requirements. Overall weight is very lower, size reduction, and number of execution modules, package hardness. Because it's a laser, you can control how much laser you want, and the performance or whatever, all those things. So this is a very complex unit. But you can see this is not a wire. You know what this part is, the yellow part, if anyone can guess, because this you have seen before also in your homes and all. This is just a hint for you. So this is, but let me tell you, so this is nothing but a fiber optic cable, because it's lasers we are talking about. So this is a fiber optic cable mostly, which you have seen in your Wi-Fi's and all those things. Then we have this CROPS module from this is the CROPS module. Again, some growing and sustaining flora in extraterrestrial environments. All this stuff is there. Then this is one of those experiments from student university. One of those plant material is over here. So they will try to grow the plant in space and try to know how the gravity, how the plants react to gravity and light in space. Then we have the Rudra 3.0 thruster from Rudra 1.0 thruster, right? Yeah. From Bellatrix Aerospace, again a green propulsion system. Then we have Manus 2 Space, green propulsion system. Then finally this. So first of all these stuff is kind of very exciting, and So this is the 18 mission core alone mission. We'll just go quickly over this, I think, because the stream has started over there. So this is, I just wanted to show you the sequence. We have already discussed about all those stuff. So ignition of PS1, separation, standard mission profile, you can see there. And then finally the separation of HPS3, ignition of PS4, cutoff of PS4, SpadeX separation. So this is the kind of the mission profile. The one thing which you have to notice, the orbit change will happen. So it will be ignited 2 times. The POM module, the PS4, basically ignited 2 times after it is shut down. So that is one thing which is there. This is fine. And then this is the final one, which has all the details. You can take a screenshot if you want and all stuff. Again, everything is available on ISRO space flight, so shout out to them again. Let me see what all stuff we have here. Yes,
you are able to see the flag off of the nozzle end segment of PSLV C-60 mission. It is being brought from a facility fully prepared to the PSLV integration facilities. This facility has converted the mobile launch structure incorporated first launch pad to an integrate transfer launch, which enables enhancement of launch frequency. This is the middle segment being very carefully hoisted. It will be placed on the nozzle end segment.
Yeah. It's from the back side only. Don't worry about it.
Tang and clevis joint being jointed by the pins.
This is the integration
stage
video
tests
of the
139 motors,
integration video of the
comprises
actual
of a nozzle end segment,
rocket.
three middle segments, and a head end segment.
Will this also be used for Artemis mission? Maybe, because ISRO has also signed for that part. Yeah, that is also one of the use case.
अभी आप सभी दर्शक देख रहे हैं, यह प्रथम चरण है कोर अलोन PSLV C-60 का, जो कि ठोस नोदक पर आधारित चरण है। इसके 5 खंड होते हैं। इसे PSLV इंटीग्रेशन फैसिलिटी, जो कि अत्याधुनिक सुविधाओं के साथ,
This is the igniter of the solid rocket booster. This is the small stuff, which is half the height of the human kind of, which ignites the whole first stage of the rocket. How cool is that?
जिसमें रेट्रो मोटर्स लगे हुए हैं।
Then finally the second stage, the interstage between the first and the second stage with the retro rockets. Then the Vikas engine is there.
The stage that you have seen at the PIF building, this is the second stage of the PSLV rocket.
You can see that blue stuff behind that rocket engine, right? That is the water storing facility kind of thing, right? Water tube is there. Yes, it is. It uses water to cool itself down.
On the first stage.
That blue stuff, blue ring.
यह द्वितीय चरण, तरल नोदक पर आधारित द्वितीय चरण विकास इंजन के साथ, इसे भी पूर्ण सुरक्षा तथा गुणवत्ता
Hey
के
Andrew,
साथ।
welcome to the stream. Elena, welcome to the stream. Let us. Okay.
तीसरा चरण HPS3 हाई परफॉर्मेंस PS3 स्टेज।
This is the third stage, and this third stage has a flexible nozzle in that.
Stage of PSLV are integrated in a separate building and module together to be hoisted and integrated together upon the stack of first and second stages.
जहाँ इससे पहले यह कार्य MST में किया जाता था।
This is the first time they did it.
यह
The third and the fourth stage kind of they integrated first time.
PSLV इंटीग्रेशन
Because why they did that? Mostly to ease out the operational activities and all the stuff.
इसे सुरक्षित PIF फैसिलिटी से MST की ओर लाया जाता है।
And you can see small fairing, right? Just a cover, not a fairing.
Of a fully integrated PSLV vehicle up to the fourth stage at MST. These are the visuals in the satellite preparation facility for SpadeX 1 and 2.
And these are the two spacecrafts which will be used
यहाँ
for the
यही है
docking.
मुख्य उपग्रह इस मिशन के, SpadeX 1 और SpadeX 2। इनके साथ में 24 नितभार और सफर कर रहे हैं PSLV C-60 में।
Itbha. Yes, Andrew. And from now onwards, it will be
सबका समायोजन
regular.
क्लीन रूम में किया जाता है, पूरी गुणवत्ता और सुरक्षा बनाए रखते हुए।
To ensure a dust-free environment, the satellites are prepared in a clean room in various centers of ISRO.
You can see they are actually
And here
put
at the
in
launch
at
complex
some
also,
angle like this,
satellite
right?
preparation
That is
facility
necessary
has
so
been
that they don't
And
collide with
this
each
is
other. If there is some
for, temperature
horizontal
control
velocity
for the
between them.
spacecrafts.
So that's why they are placed at a little bit of angle so that they can go like this, not collide like this.
तथा नितभारों को इसमें समायोजित कर दिया गया है। पूर्णतः तैयार PSLV C-60 प्रमोचकयान अपने उद्देश्य को पूरा करने के लिए MST पर सज्ज है।
The viewers may recall that the first launch pad at SDSC Shar has hosted the previous launch only on 5th of December 2024.
Is it a
And
family day
today,
over
yet
here?
again, it is ready for
Kind
another
of looks
launch.
like it, right? Because these are all obviously the guests all sitting in the
PSLV C-60 प्रमोचन यान की उल्टी गिनती 25 घंटे पहले शुरू हो चुकी है और अब हम T0 यानी प्रमोचन से 21 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। सारी गतिविधियां आबाद रूप से जारी हैं। इस दौरान यान को पावर ऑन किया गया है और सभी आंतरिक जांच जारी है। साथ ही तरल नोदक के भराव तथा गैस टैंकों में दबाव सुनिश्चित कर लिया गया है। सभी संचार तंत्रों की जांच पूरी की जा चुकी है।
Yes, Wildflower. rubber mallets, all those stuff.
की भी अनुमति ले ली गई है।
Ooh, we have people
मौसम पूरी तरह सामान्य,
from
2 मीटर प्रति
so
सेकंड
that
वायु
guy who was wearing saffron, kind of a preacher, you can say. So people from devotional side also. I'm not sure why is he here. Any sub or payload is there or what? I'm not sure.
अंतिम गति
But interesting thing.
यान निदेशक यान की तैयारी की सूचना मिशन निदेशक को देंगे।
You can see the people at the launch view gallery, and still there are so many people. It's 10 p.m. Right now, almost there, and you can see so many people.
Channel 2.
9:40 और यहाँ उमड़ती हुई भीड़, सभी दर्शकों का रोमांच यहाँ देखते ही बनता है।
Yes, man, go for the camera.
कब T0 को PSLV C-60 का प्रज्वलन हो और हम रॉकेट की उड़ान देख सकें।
So school children are also here. You can see that 10 p.m.
Control systems are ready. Spacecrafts A and B are ready and both are on internal battery.
Oh my God, I never expected such a crowd over here. This is huge.
Praise the viewers about the mission details. The liftoff occurs at T0 that coincides with the ignition of core S-139 motor. This mission being a core-alone configuration, having no strap-ons, the 111-second action time of PS-1 carries the rocket to 50 kilometers
Hey
altitude.
Dhruv, how are you?
Stage igniting
I also visited Agnikul.
carries the rocket
Did some vlog over there.
during its 151
So yeah,
time. Relative
welcome
velocity
to the
at
stream.
this instant is 4 kilometers per second. The third stage PS3 operation begins 263 seconds into flight and continues for 123 seconds, during which there is 99 kilometers addition in altitude and 2.4 kilometer per second addition
Range
in
officer.
relative velocity.
The person who is famous tagline is lift off normal. That's what we want to hear, right?
8.7 kilometer increase in altitude. 10 seconds after the PS3 separation, the fourth stage PS4 ignites and continues to burn for 271 seconds. Another coast phase of 117 seconds follows after PS4 burnout.
This is the mission control
At
room, which is kind of placed, I think, below the main room. But these are also the people who actually monitor the launch and do all those stuff. And we have the final view of the rocket. So first of all, this is a night launch, so all the people who are at the launch view gallery, I am so jealous of you, because you will be able to see a sun in the sky very soon, and it is so awesome to see a night launch. Every person who has watched the launch, most of them, they say the night launch is the one you should go for. So, because you can experience it, you can watch it properly. But yeah, you can't see the rocket itself because that is not visible, but the flame is so interesting to see, amazing to see that in the night sky, and that too at a black moon day, right? Now for India it will be tomorrow, I think, but America it's tonight. So go out. Yes, again, for all the viewers, black moon day, it's a rare opportunity in which you guys can see the sky unhindered by the moonlight, because the moon won't be there. Yes, moon has gone somewhere. It will come after its holidays. Moon has also gone on holidays, right? It also needs some vacation. Always at the place, giving the moonlight and working so hard. Holidays are there, so he has also gone. After New Year it will come. Where is the docking? Docking will happen soon. This is the launch. Docking will happen. The docking window is around Jan 6th to 10th.
अंतरिक्ष यान निदेशक, रेंज निदेशक, टेलीमेट्री ट्रैकिंग एंड कमांड निदेशक, सैटेलाइट निदेशक ने अपने तंत्रों की सूचना मिशन डायरेक्टर को दे दी है।
PSLV C-60 SpadeX mission. All operations in the countdown sequence till automatic launch sequence have been completed satisfactorily. Based on the clearance obtained from launch vehicle, spacecraft, range and distract network stations, and prevailing favorable weather conditions, Mission Director hereby authorizes to initiate launch operation sequence for the launch of PSLV C-60 SpadeX mission at 22 hours 15 seconds IST today, that is 30th of December 2024.
Yes.
All stations to note.
And we have a key authorization. As you just saw, he just moved that key, rotated that key. So mission control has given yes for the launch. So T minus 15 minutes from the launch, everything is looking great. Hey Blues Traveler, after so long you are here, right?
2024. Automatic launch sequence initiated for PSLV C-60 SpadeX mission.
And we have Somnath sir, chairman of ISRO. Where is that high resolution camera, man?
इस दौरान एक अनुक्रम में जांच शुरू हो चुकी है और इस जांच के अंत में कोर स्टेज प्रथम चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू
Kind
होगा।
of looks foggy out there.
The VSSC based
Kind of, I'm not sure why is it so, because it's high humid.
a capsule of very important launch critical system verification, which is being carried out as a part of automatic launch sequence initiation. Very close to T0, the control is handed over to onboard computers.
PSLV C-60 SpadeX मिशन PSLV की कोर अलोन संस्करण में 18वीं उड़ान होने जा रही है। इसमें प्रथम चरण में S-139 ठोस नोदक वाला मोटर है। उसके ऊपर क्रमशः तरल ठोस और फिर
Tell me a stream, a rocket stream in which there is like the people say in two languages. Tell me that.
PS4 में विद्युत आपूर्ति के लिए
Even Ariane Space has a separate stream, but ISRO, na. They will have one stream and they have their own, swag of having two languages in one stream. That is so cool, right? Only rocket stream to support that. Only rocket stream. Russian, NASA and all, English only. France, Ariane Space, French, Spanish, all those stuff are there. But yes, here Hindi and English both.
PSLV C-60 SpadeX mission.
I have been there about the snacks. So those snacks are very kind of that's interesting stuff to know. But let's just watch the video first. Good animation. That's the good stuff.
Remarkable journey in developing space technologies exemplifies the power of vision and innovation. In recent years, ISRO has achieved noteworthy accomplishments, showcasing India's
Chandryaan
potential as a front-runner in the field of space exploration. The upcoming space docking experiment, SpadeX from ISRO, is a significant advancement in space technology. This mission features two robust spacecraft designated as Spacecraft A and Spacecraft B. Both spacecrafts are built on an extended microsat bus, each weighing approximately 220 kilograms. These spacecrafts are designed to be androgynous, allowing either one to take on the role of the chaser during the docking process.
Wow.
The objectives of SpadeX are to develop and demonstrate the technology for rendezvous and docking using two small spacecraft, and to control the spacecraft in the docked condition. Additionally, the mission aims to test power transfer between the docked spacecrafts.
As I told you
Key
guys.
indigenous technologies in SpadeX include sensors for rendezvous and docking,
Wow, look
docking
at those.
mechanism, and
Gravity
inter-satellite
balancers,
link
kind
for
of.
an orbit
What are those
exchange
called?
of data between spacecrafts. SpadeX utilizes sophisticated docking technologies and tailored assessments to accurately measure distance, position, and attitude. The docking procedure is carefully structured into several distinct phases. The initial separation and control drift till 5 kilometers, followed by progressively closer approach phases that incorporate hold points from 1.5 kilometers till 3 meters for safety and control, culminating in the final docking phase, characterized by capture, retraction, and rigidization. To validate the navigation guidance and control during docking, several specialized tests were conducted, including the docking mechanism performance test for testing final phase of automatic rendezvous docking and undocking sequence, vertical docking experiment laboratory for testing docking mechanisms under controlled conditions, and the rendezvous simulation lab for validating onboard algorithms with real-time simulations. Detailed characterization tests at sensors level have been carried out in addition to system-level tests.
Chamber.
Flight model special tests at spacecraft level were also conducted for sensors and mechanism performance verification. The spacecraft is equipped with payloads for standalone mission phases. These payloads will provide high-resolution images, aid in natural resource monitoring, support vegetation studies, and measure the on-orbit radiation environment, offering various applications. The SpadeX will be launched from the first launch pad of the spaceport of India Satish Dhawan Space Center, SDSC Shar, Sriharikota, by the workhorse rocket of ISRO's PSLV Coralone version to an altitude of 475 km at 55-degree inclination. The PSLV C-60 mission marks the 62nd flight of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle and the 18th mission using the PSLV Coralone configuration. PSLV C-60 is the first vehicle to be integrated up to the PS4 stage at PSLV Integrated Facility and then transferred to Mobile Service Tower for satellite assembly and launch. Subsequent to the injection of the SpadeX satellites, the terminal stage of the launch vehicle, PS4, will be restarted twice to reduce the orbit to a 350-kilometer circular orbit. The PSLV Orbital Experimental Module 4 will conduct scientific experiments on various payloads from ISRO, academic institutions, and private space agencies. With this mission, ISRO will harness India's vast potential in space exploration, paving the way for long-duration human spaceflight,
Chandryaan mission.
setting the stage for the proposed Bharatiya Antariksh Space Station and landing
Chandryaan.
an Indian on the moon by 2040. With each step forward, ISRO continues to inspire the nation and fuel the dreams of a limitless future in space.
To be honest, the delays that our Artemis mission is having, you never know. Maybe India is on the moon before NASA and China. I mean, China will have it, but maybe NASA will have later, but India can have its own person on the moon before Artemis mission can happen.
Tracking systems, servicing of liquid propellants into the stages, pressurization of onboard command gas bottles are some of the activities that are carried out during countdown.
So it's not A and B, just that was just the what should I say, simplification. That's a chaser and the target, and SpadeX 1 and SpadeX 2, that's the name of those two. So ISRO is not so much creative on the naming side, because they just want the engineering guys to understand. So that's how they name engineering people, right? Not as creative as NASA.
इस समय यान लगभग 50 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर लेगा.
You never know, loose traveler, because Artemis mission is getting delayed so many times, and now SLS itself is like kind of cancelled. SLS is cancelled, so there is no vehicle right now. Only Starship, when it develops, then you can expect something to happen. But China obviously can do something.
इंजन जिम्बल की मदद से वह अपनी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा हासिल करेगा.
T-6 minutes.
इस दौरान जब यान 116 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर होगा, तब यान से ऊष्मा कवच को यानी पेलोड फेयरिंग को पृथक कर दिया जाएगा. PS2 का कार्यकाल समाप्त होते ही यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा और उसके 1 सेकंड के बाद ही तृतीय चरण PS3 जो कि ठोस नोदक पर आधारित चरण है, इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो जाएगा। PS3 का कार्यकाल 200।
Yes, Mulugu Satyanarayan. So we are T minus 5 minutes from the launch. Everything is looking go for the launch tonight. I don't know where is that high quality cam. I think it's the light issue. We may have the high quality cam footage. But I remember that high quality cam footage was in front and not the side view. So let's see. But so right now T minus 4 minutes 50 seconds remaining. Everything is looking great. We are go for the launch. Weather is holding up. Range is clear.
यानी अंतिम चरण है जो PSLV का, उसका प्रज्वलन शुरू होगा। यह तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है और यह वह अंतिम चरण है PSLV का जो अंतरिक्ष यानों को पूरी सटीकता से उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में अंतक्षेपित करता है। कक्षा की उद्दिष्ट स्थिति प्राप्त होते ही PS4 को बंद कर दिया जाएगा। PSLV C-60 SpadeX मिशन में SpadeX A उपग्रह को 476 किलोमीटर की
This also does not look high quality. I think it's because of the night time. But yeah, people are ready. 5 minutes from the launch.
3 सेकंड के पश्चात SpadeX A को अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा।
So the guy is just explaining the mission profile. We have already seen that. So yeah.
मुख्य उपग्रह के प्रक्षेपण के पश्चात PS4 चतुर्थ चरण को 1045 सेकंड के पश्चात पुनः प्रज्वलित किया जाएगा। यह PS4 में स्थित निर्धार के लिए अंतरिक्ष प्रयोगों के लिए किया जाएगा। इसमें पहली कक्षा 482 किलोमीटर की होगी। इस कक्षा में लगभग 30 सेकंड तक PS4 प्रज्वलित रहेगा, फिर शांत कर दिया जाएगा। इसके पश्चात वेग को कम करके लगभग 2880 सेकंड के पर जब PS4 365 किलोमीटर की निचली कक्षा में आ जाएगा, इन्हें अन्य मितभार प्रयोगों के लिए उपयोग किया जाएगा। इन सभी प्रयोगों के पश्चात PS4 में बचे हुए नोदक को यान से बाहर निकाल दिया जाएगा। इससे यान निष्क्रिय हो जाएगा और यह अंतरिक्ष मलबे को कम करने के लिए एक जिम्मेदार कदम होता है।
Like the passivation will happen after all the stuff is done, so that we are going for that. True competition is between US and China. Yes, actually the competition is not between US and China. Competition is with China and China, because if China does not pushes for the landing, US will never go to the moon. Take it in writing from me.
SAC, IASU और लियोस द्वारा अभिकल्पित और साकार किया गया है। इन उपग्रहों को इसरो ट्रैकिंग सेंटर।
So those are not the side boosters, Adi. This is a core alone configuration in which the core itself is there. That means the first stage itself is there. Those two side booster looking kind of thing are imposters actually. Those are not side boosters. Those are sit vector control thrusters, roll control thrusters, managing the roll of the rocket when it goes in the skies and beyond and whatever.
Space docking experiment called SpadeX will herald India's space ambitions to a next level through space handshake. This two SpadeX spacecrafts will be injected 3
T minus 2 minutes from the launch. Everything is looking great. We are looking for the launch. T minus 2 minutes. Okay. Yes, everything is looking great and we are working for the launch on time. Previously, the launch was supposed to happen at 9:58 p.m. but it got rescheduled by +2 minutes because of traffic jam in space, literally. Some satellite was in the path, so they had to, remap the trajectory and all that stuff. Those are roll control thrusters that will not get detached. That's a liquid kind of fueled stuff. Those are not the boosters. They will not get detached.
इसरो यह क्रांतिक प्रयोग
T-1 minutes,
भविष्य के मिशन जैसे अंतरिक्ष यान रखरखाव, स्पेस स्टेशन संचालन, अंतरिक्ष ग्रहीय मिशन जैसे अंतर्ग्रही मिशन जैसे चंद्रयान, गगनयान आदि मिशनों में स्वायत्त डॉकिंग तकनीक का अग्रदूत होने जा रहा है। यह तकनीक आज कुछ ही देशों के पास है, जैसे यूएस और चाइना।
60 seconds remaining. Everything is looking great. So guys, leave a like, give your best wishes by giving a like to this stream, and let's hope this mission is successful, this launch is successful. PSLV is a very good workhorse for the
45 seconds.
ISRO, so we don't care about its reliability. But yes, always
Minus 40
best of luck. Best of luck. T minus 40 seconds remaining.
Minus 35 seconds. Minus 30 seconds.
30 seconds. T minus 30 seconds remaining. And
Minus 25 seconds.
T minus
Minus 20 seconds.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16,
Minus
15,
15 seconds.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Ignition.
1, 0.
And left off. Whoa.
Plus 5 seconds. Lift off normal.
And
That's a
we
marvelous
have-
liftoff of
Tracking.
PSLV
PT tracking.
C-60 SpadeX mission on the go.
Plus 15
Sleek
seconds.
PSLV Corelon vehicles
PT tracking.
saluted against the night sky, a beautiful sight to behold.
That was amazing.
जी हाँ, अभी आपने देखा सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन PSLV C-60 रॉकेट का रात
Plus
को
30
रोशन
seconds.
करता हुआ PSLV
Just look at
C-60
that go, man.
अपने उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर
PCR tracking.
सभी तंत्र सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए
Yes, reduce the exposure a
रेंज
bit.
ऑपरेशन डायरेक्टर ने इसकी पुष्टि की है प्रथम चरण का निष्पादन पूरी
I
तरह
should have
सामान्य है
the animations with it, right? Didn't have the time for that. Surely we'll have it from the next time. Proper
प्रथम चरण
ones.
का कुल
2.0,
कार्यकाल लगभग
animations
111
2.0.
सेकंड का होगा
Plus 1 minute.
So right now the first stage is thrusting. The thrust of the first stage is about to end in T plus 1 minutes and 40 seconds something. So after that the separation thrusters will ignite, which will separate the second stage and the first stage, and then the second stage will ignite. Stage performance normal.
पूरी तरह साफ, इसलिए दूर तक हम देख सकते हैं इस बार
Gravity
प्रथम
turn
चरण
has
का
taken
प्रदर्शन
place.
भी पूरी
Now you
तरह
will
साफ
see
दिखाई
a
देगा
cutoff
हमें।
very obviously it's not a cutoff but a burnout of the SRB.
Shar station currently
Still you can't see
tracking
that
the
expansion of the plume, right? Now you can see slightly it has gone into space and we have a burnout. Come on, man, give us the separation. We oh, first stage separate. Okay, closed loop guidance
प्रथम
initiated.
चरण के कार्यकाल के पश्चात उसे सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है यान से तथा द्वितीय चरण PS2 स्टेज का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है
Second stage
The
performance
second
normal.
stage has commenced its operation after the first stage separation. This stage burns on hypergolic earth storable propellant combination of hydrate of unsymmetrical dimethyl hydrazine and dinitrogen tetroxide. The legendary Vikas engine developing 800 kilonewtons thrust in vacuum.
Oh, new animations, right?
यान के सभी तंत्र सामान्य प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं और यान उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहा है यह
Second
द्वितीय
stage.
चरण
Now
है
PLF
जिसका
separation is
कार्यकाल
nothing but the
लगभग
payload
150
fairing
सेकंड का
separation.
होगा।
My heart skipped a beat actually when the separation they just switched over from that to the animation and it was delayed. I knew it has some delay, but still. Payload fairing separation coming up.
इसी क्षणों में हम पेलोड फेयरिंग यानी ऊष्मा कवच का पृथक्करण देखेंगे
And we have separation. It would be so good to see the actual plume of the rocket when it was about to expand. Then only they have to cut. This is one thing which I don't like about ISRO, man. They don't know what stages to cover for the rocket.
लगभग 130
These all information is like the gold dust for us. That is best one, but still, and we need to see the rocket here.
151 seconds
Not the
to
animations,
30
but yes.
20 seconds into flight. Shar and Port Blair stations tracking currently.
So the third stage ignition will happen very soon. Now you will see the Vikas engine shutting down and the PS3
द्वितीय
is
चरण
nothing but
तरल
the
four
पर
minutes.
आधारित चरण है इसमें लगभग 42 टन तरल नोदक का प्रयोग किया जाता है अब इस गतिविधि में अगली घटना होगी द्वितीय चरण का पृथक्कन तथा तृतीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू।
And we have shut down and
Second stage separated, third stage ignited.
again that separation, we have the
We
separation
are
motors for that.
4.5 minutes into flight, and the third stage has commenced
Third
its
stage
operation.
performance normal.
द्वितीय चरण को कार्यकाल के पश्चात सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है।
Oh yes, did
तथा
they learn to screen
तृतीय
record?
चरण ठोस नोदक पर आधारित तृतीय चरण इसका
Otherwise, so we
प्रज्वलन
know
शुरू
how
हो
it
चुका है।
is, right?
पूरे
True,
तंत्र
true, true.
पूरी तरह सामान्य कार्य करते हुए
OG ISRO fans knows what he's talking about. I'm not
Third
going to
stage
spoil
of
it.
PSLV operates
Plus
on
5
7.6 tons of HTPB based solid propellant. Vacuum thrust close to 240 kilonewtons and close to 2 minutes burn time.
So this third stage is again a solid rocket booster, and the third stage
PSLV
has
का
a flex
तृतीय
nozzle.
चरण HPS
So that
3 चरण
nozzle
के नाम
which
से
you are
जाना
seeing
जाता
is
है, high
able to
performance
flex,
PS3 stage।
literally flex, nozzle flexing. There is no as such,
इसमें कुल 7.6 टन का
pipings or
ठोस
something
नोदक
like that which has a whole chamber
इस दौरान
flexing or
यह
something. Nah, the nozzle itself
240
flexes.
किलोन्यूटन का प्रणोदक उत्पन्न
So
कर रहा
that
है।
is the case. It's a third stage powered by
Third
solid
stage
rocket booster.
performance normal.
And you will see right now the burnout will happen, but still
तृतीय चरण को
the
सतीश
the
धवन अंतरिक्ष केंद्र
the separation of the third stage and the
द्वारा
fourth stage
निर्मित
will
किया
not
जाता है।
happen. You will see that very soon, and there is a reason for that.
Trajectory of the rocket closely following.
Hey Mars Endeavor, welcome to the stream after so long. Yes, you
Plus
too.
6
Happy New Year to you too, bro. Or girl, I'm not sure.
यान पूरी तरह अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करता हुआ अब तृतीय चरण अपने अंतिम कार्यकाल की ओर।
And we will have burnout very, very soon, and we should have a burnout. Yes. there
Third
we go.
stage action completed.
So now what happens? We have a burnout, but still it is attached. It's not
third stage
separated.
has-
Hosting approximately for 125 seconds.
So this is a coast phase which we have. So this is a necessary step we need to have because there is a tail of thrust. So you know, if you have seen the space shuttle launch, after the separation of the side boosters, the solid rocket booster, you can still see that it is giving off some sort of, the plume is coming out. It is still on fire, if you want to say that. So that is what we call a tail of thrust. And that tail of thrust in the atmosphere, we can ignore it because the atmospheric drag will make sure that we don't have as much effect of that. But here in space, when it is in space, even a small little thrust can have a effect on that. So what happens is, if they separate it right now, that tail of thrust, because it is still there, that means the third stage can just collide with, head on with the fourth stage, and it won't be a good thing to have. So that's why they just let it burn off the tail of thrust, let it burn off all the leftover grains of solid rocket solid fuel, just burns off, and then after that it causes it to separate. And there is another reason also, very it's insignificant, but there is another reason, which is like since the mass is high, the momentum is large. Because of that, since it is near the Earth's atmosphere, the drag itself will have you can since the momentum is high, you can have some effects on the drag also over there. But it's very insignificant. Mostly it's the tail of thrust. You will see that very soon, the separation happening. There you
Third
go.
stage separated.
And
We have a confirmation from Range Operations Director that the third stage separation has taken place,
Fourth stage engine started.
and the fourth stage, uppermost stage PS4, is currently operating.
we have the ignition of the
यहाँ
fourth
posting
and the
phase
final
समाप्त हो
stage.
चुका है।
Fourth stage
तृतीय
performance
चरण को
normal.
ध्यान से
That's what we want to hear. So now what will happen is, it will go to a 470 kilometers 55 degree orbit, That's the orbit for the separation of the SpadeX satellites. Once that is done, it will again reignite the PS4 stage, which was not a capability of the PS4 stage in recent times, that has been developed, and now it is being used here. So it will reignite 2 times, so that it will lower the orbit to around 300 something kilometers, and there the experiments of all those, the startups and the universities, all those things have their experiments on board over there, kind of like a space station in which a human can't go, but still a space station. So you can achieve all those experiments which you will do on space stations, but you don't have a human on board. You have to do it all electronically.
This stage will operate for 200.
And there are a lot of experiments apart from SpadeX, which is also very interesting. So there is like we have the walking arm, literally walking arm, in which it will walking robotic arm, in which it will literally walk on the PS4 stage to a different location to do its job. And then we have the debris collector. Literally, it has its manipulator. It will collect the debris if it is nearby. It will be used for refueling purposes, tethering, and all those debris removal stuff. There are many. You can check out the website. Also, you can check out the ISRO spaceflight. They have a very good graphic and explanation over that.
करते हुए इन दोनों अंतरिक्ष यानों को
Cowpea seeds, yes, they will also grow plants. Exactly. Crops experiment is there, in which they'll grow plants in space. So that is a good experiment to have. There are 2 plant-based experiments. One is from university, in which they will try to see how those plants grow in space with the gravity and light and all those stuff. They have one replica. The university one have one replica at their university, and then they will compare how both of them have grown. But the ISRO one is different, so they have, that is more for the Chandryaan mission and the Bharatiya Antariksh Station to grow crops in space finally at the space station. So that is their experiment.
जब 5 किलोमीटर से भी कम होते हुए 3 मीटर की हो जाएगी, तब अंतिम में दोनों अंतरिक्ष यान एक दूसरे से जुड़ जाएंगे. इसे हम डॉकिंग कहते हैं. दोनों अंतरिक्ष यानों के जुड़ने के बाद दोनों के बीच विद्युत शक्ति का स्थानांतरण का प्रदर्शन किया जाएगा. इस प्रदर्शन के पश्चात दोनों फिर से अलग होंगे और अपने नियत भारों का उद्दिष्ट कार्य निष्पादन करेंगे. इन उपग्रहों को 2 साल के जीवन काल के लिए अभिकल्पित किया गया है.
Hey Giridhar, welcome to the stream.
SpadeX mission is ISRO's first endeavor to get 2 spacecrafts to dock in space.
You can see they all have the books in front of them, right? Checking the trajectory, all those stuff, books or papers, whatever. This is one thing which, I mean, it's okay. Since ISRO is mostly operated by aged people, so that's what they want. Gradually that shift to iPads will happen.
ISL incorporated with inbuilt intelligence to know the states of other spacecraft. The novel relative orbit determination and propagation RODP processor used for SpadeX is
475 kilometers altitude. It's already
it is meant to
at
determine the
the
relative
required
position and velocity
altitude.
of other spacecraft. The noteworthy thing is, due to small size of SpadeX spacecraft, the precision involved is higher than what is sufficient for a larger spacecraft. Indigenous novel autonomous rendezvous and docking strategy have been developed.
SpadeX will separate now. That's the main
Vehicle in hosting phase before
चतुर्थ
satellite
चरण
separation
को
for 117 seconds.
अब बंद कर दिया गया है. कुछ ही क्षणों में अंतःक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त की जाएंगी.
we finally have the full
इस
recording.
घटनाक्रम में
Other than the
कक्षा
screen
में अंतःक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त होते ही SpadeX B को सर्वप्रथम अंतःक्षेपित किया जाएगा. उसके 3 सेकंड के पश्चात
You can see the
SpadeX A को अंतःक्षेपित
wow,
किया
altitude achieved is 476.0 kilometers.
The
That's
fourth
how
stage
precise
having shut
PSLV
off.
is. 476.0,
Vehicle is
not 0.1,
currently
0.2,
hosting.
0.0. although they changed their
SpadeX उपग्रहों
Satellite
में
injection
विशेष संवेदक
conditions
लगाए
are
गए हैं।
achieved.
let's see if we get the
यहाँ
video of
भी
separation.
रेंज ऑपरेशन डायरेक्टर ने इसकी पुष्टि की। कक्षा में अंतक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त की जा चुकी हैं। कुछ ही क्षणों में SpadeX V का प्रमोशन हम
Come
देखेंगे।
on, we need to see the
We are
separation video.
few seconds away from the injection of SpadeX B spacecraft, followed by SpadeX A separation, which will take place 3 seconds later.
So after those two will get separated a little bit in a distance, and they will have a variable velocity, variable force on them for the separation, so that they can have a little bit of relative
15
velocity
minutes.
between them, and the separation increases, and whatever they want to do, they can do with it. Conditions are achieved, it should be separated
कक्षा
automatically
में
now.
अंतक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त की जा चुकी हैं।
And we have one separation done.
SpadeX B
And
and SpadeX
they
A
have the
satellites are separated.
Done and dusted.
हाँ,
You can
और
see.
रेंज ऑपरेशन डायरेक्टर ने इसकी पुष्टि की। दोनों
This
मुख्य
is range
उपग्रह
operation
SpadeX
director.
B और
PSLV
SpadeX A
C-60
दोनों को
We have the
सफलतापूर्वक
scrappy
with
footage.
respect to SpadeX satellite.
The ISRO scrappy signature footage is here of the separation.
Orbital platform experiment, that is POEM 4, with 2 phases of fourth stage restart. After 2 phases of restart, PS4 stage orbit will be changed to 354 km circular. The first phase of PS4 restart happens in non-visibility period. The second phase of PS4 restart takes place in the visibility period of Shetland in orbit 2. During the non-visibility period, ground trace will be updated by extrapolation on the video wall. The non-visibility period is approximately for 3100 seconds. All the stations involved in operation shall continue in operations. Handing over to Mission Director.
This is
There you
Mission
go.
Director.
There you go.
C-60
Peace.
SpadeX mission is accomplished with respect to SpadeX A and B satellites. POEM operations will continue. Thank you.
There you go.
Julian,
Finally, the actual mission begins now. This was just the launch. Now the SpadeX, the docking experiment will begin now. Now the people will ask when the docking will happen. So docking will not happen right now. So the launch, docking window is Jan 6th to Jan 10th. In between that, they will try to have the docking experiment conducted. Actually, the initial separation and all can be achieved in a day or so, but I'm not sure why they have chosen such a long window. Maybe it's just the new year and people will, I'm not sure how that works in ISRO there, but I'm pretty sure that is not the reason. There must be some checks and all those stuff they need to do before they can actually do start these experiment. So that is... Wow, that poster was not there, right? Wait, you can't see it properly. This poster on the top left. I'm not sure what's the significance of that. It was not there before, if I'm not wrong. Why is it over there? Must be there is some significance over there, like a local community or something which sacrificed their land. Because we at ISRO they have such cool stories to tell. For sure, that also might be. I'm not sure.
Really happy to announce the successful accomplishment of the launch of PSLV C-60 for the SpadeX mission.
They have a full.
The rocket has placed the satellites in the right orbit, which is 475 kilometer circular orbit. That's only one part of the mission, injection of the SpadeX satellites. Now, in another 15 minutes, the fourth stage of PSLV will change its orbit from 475 kilometer to 350 kilometer lower orbit by first phase of firing. And also, the second phase of firing will be at about 1 hour 20 minutes later after the liftoff. So that process is continuing to enable POEM operations to happen. Further to that, the spacecraft is also going to wait for the solar panel deployment. So the team spacecraft is looking at whether the panels are deployed or not. So we'll get a confirmation soon. So as far as we are concerned, the mission is very well as far as the rocket is concerned. So it has placed the satellite in the right orbit. The SpadeX 2 satellites are moved. You would have seen in the animation that they moved little one behind the other. So over the period of time, for the days, it will pick up further distance, travel to almost a 20-kilometer distance away. And then the rendezvous and docking process will start. And we hope that the docking process can happen in another 1 week. The nominal time is going to be approximately 7th of January.
There you go.
So I'm waiting for the panel deployment status. I think you have the status? Yes. So I would like to say that the panels of the satellites have been deployed successfully. So congratulations to the entire team of the PSLV project who put the satellite in the right orbit. Also the SpadeX team who worked very innovative, novel, cost-effective docking demonstration mission using 2 small satellite bus architecture. So congratulations to them as well. And also two very important parties of this mission is the POEM 4, where we have 24 payloads hosted, which are from the startups, industries, academic institutions, research laboratories, and also from ISRO centers. All the R&D payloads are there waiting for testing in the coming days, in fact in months. So congratulations to them for successful accomplishment of all the mission objectives through the POEM. So once again, thank you. Before I hand over, I would like to request the mission director, Mr. Jayakumar, to speak a few words.
It's always amazing to see how cost effective is ISRO. Like, they don't have a platform to test in space right now as a space station, but they developed and we used an existing platform of the PSLV rocket so that they can host the experiments and all those stuff. This is such an incredible achievement by them. They know how to, reuse components and make sure the cost is less. But at the same time, I want their budget to be increased, man.
Vikram 3201 based mission management computer in POEM. Also, we have interesting experiments like space robots doing debris capture and inch-worm walking, then plasmaspheric and electron density measurements. 3 biological experiments are there, advanced inertial sensors, green propulsion systems, etc. And this month, in fact, we had 2 launches of PSLV from the same launch pad, that is the first launch pad. So after the first launch, the SDSC team, SHART team, was very quick in refurbishing the launch pad. Special thanks to them. And also to the teams in VSSC. We also had the movement of the fully integrated vehicle that is up to the PS4 stage from PIF to MST. So let me thank the SDSC and VSSC teams for making this possible. On this occasion, let me thank Chairman ISRO, who is a role model for
refurbished time is for normal refurbished time is 1 to 2 months, and they refurbished it under a month. So I think from now on that should be their limit.
For their tremendous efforts to make this launch on schedule. Let me take this opportunity to thank chairman and members of lab, MRR, FRR, ORC, and all
this
the
time they also did a very good PR. We can see they had a very different a poster there behind them and a proper this stage setup and all the stuff. Usually this was done for Chandryaan 3 mission, but this is also done for this, so it's good for them.
Thank our dear family members for understanding us and providing wholehearted support for keeping our mission successful. Wishing all of you a happy new year 2025.
Yes.
Jai Hind.
Happy new year to you too.
The concept of the docking experiment in orbit has been a long journey in terms of conceptualization, the architecture of these 2 satellites that came about, and building it over many years of work done by the team at URSC, UR Satellite Center. The current satellite project director will speak to you now.
Respected Chairman ISRO.
It kind of it's good that they are able to speak on the mic, but I'm pretty sure they don't want to speak. Because these guys are scientists, they have to prepare the speech. They don't want to do that.
For the 2 successful launches in a month, I think it's a record. And for proving that way the vehicle's robustness once again. You have also placed our twin babies in a perfect circular orbit as per our requirement. And I'm happy to share the news that our solar panels are successfully deployed and the SpaceX are on their journey, unfolding their wings towards the towards the docking experiment, which is expected to be happening around January 1st week. This mission is very interesting and challenging, not just because of our space docking experiment, the interesting POEM 4 payloads, which are also unique and futuristic in nature. Let me congratulate all our POEM team members, payload team, for their further operation success. On this happy occasion, I would like to, crossing this important milestone of our SpadeX project, I thank our chairman ISRO, Director URSC for their...
We all are waiting for some new year announcement from them. That's why stay with us a little bit.
My gratitude and appreciation to all our earlier program directors, project directors, and project executives for their significant contribution. Also, SpadeX has undergone a thorough review mechanisms, various review mechanisms. I would like to put on record my sincere appreciation and gratitude
it's a good question.
to all our committee members, chairmen, for their invaluable effort, guidance, and contributions. As you are aware, the space sector is going through a phase change to enable the private participation in a big way to meet our growing demands, as per our latest space policy guidelines. As an enabler, SpadeX was assembled, integrated, and tested at an vendor premises for the first time. As earlier, many other industries also have significantly contributed for the fabrication and testing of the subsystem packages. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank all the industrial partners for their valuable contributions in growing our space ecosystem. My appreciation to our admin, accounts, purchase, stores, transport, canteen, medical, and maintenance teams for their effort in ensuring all our team members are able to concentrate on their work peacefully. Last but not at the least, I'd like to thank my entire project team for their sincere and untiring hard work, and their family members for their better understanding of the situation. I'm sure that with that kind of a support,
you need to be humble with all those achievements, and I feel this speech, right, make sure that they remain humble because they have to make sure they thank everyone. They are not the one who has made this possible. The team is the one who has made it possible. So I feel this is a very good thing to have.
Satellite director. Now, what we are all anxiously going to wait is the operation of the SpadeX docking. I think the very innovative architecture of the docking mechanism and the further mission process have been fully validated using extensive testing and demonstration in the URO Satellite Center. So before we go into that operations, there will be a few days of gap and the operations will happen control center from ISRO Bangalore. Before that actual activity happened today, I would like to request the director of URO Satellite Center to speak about what is going to be happening in the coming few days.
Yeah, let's listen to them. That's the part.
Good evening. Congratulations to everyone for this spectacular and perfect launch of the SpadeX 01 and 02 satellites into the circular 475 kilometer 55-degree orbit as intended. As chairman was mentioning, the activity for us starts now. The vehicle has given a small delta V by delaying the second satellite separation by about 3 seconds, and this will about 10 meters per second rate, this distance will grow, and we are expecting by tomorrow evening the two satellites will get separated by about 20 kilometers. At this point, we will start using the onboard propulsion system on one of the two satellites to arrest the drift so that we maintain 20 kilometer distance between the two satellites, and like twins, they will be going around in the same orbit with the same speed. We have to wait for 4 days for the appropriate sun orientation for the docking to happen, because in this orbit the sun is going to go all around the spacecraft body, so we require another 4 days of wait for the sun relative position to come in a favorable condition, so that in the docking orientation the two spacecraft will generate sufficient power. At this point again we will initiate the drift of the two satellites, so that the 20-kilometer distance is progressively reduced to 5 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers, like that it will reduce. And after we reach 5 kilometers onwards, we are going to enable the inter-satellite RF link between these two satellites, so that the two satellites will talk to each other and exchange their own position, attitude, this kind of information they will exchange, which will enable us to evaluate the software logics which are there in the spacecraft, and also the several new sensors that have been developed by our laboratory for electro-optic systems, Bangalore. These sensors will be one by one evaluated for their fitness for initiating this docking sequence. So docking sequence will start once the inter-satellite distance is reduced to 1.5 kilometers. From there onwards, 3 different algorithms are going to be used, guidance algorithms are going to be used to minimize the propellant consumption, but achieve the required movement between the two satellites without actually deviating too much away, so that the sensors do not lose a line of sight among these two. This is a very innovative way this has been done. And once we reach 3 kilometers, 3 meters, the final guidance algorithm will be initiated, which will be a constant velocity PV guidance it is called. With the constant velocity of about 10 millimeters per second, the chaser satellite will go and enter into the target satellite. This will be detected by another sensor on board the satellite, which will initiate the docking sequence inside the two satellites. So with the initiation of this sequence, the latches will be released and the clamps on both sides will try to grab each of the satellite, so that from both sides the satellite will try to hug each other, and once they hold each other together, the ring which has been extended on the chaser satellite will be retracted, so that the target satellite will be pulled towards the chaser satellite, and the two satellites will become as a single unit. And here the rigidization will be carried out. That means that you require a minimum force of more than about 25 Newton to even give a small separation between those two satellites. So the two satellites will get rigidized, and then the initiation of the power transfer mechanism will be done, where we will transfer power from satellite 1 to satellite 2. This will be used to power a heater in the satellite 2, which will demonstrate to us that the power transfer has indeed taken place, and that will also be seen on that day of the docking itself. After this, the combined two satellite composite will be controlled by the control system of one of the satellite. This is also an important new requirement enabling technology for future, where we go and dock it to the International Space Station, like that our Bharatiya Antariksh Station, or any other two satellites. When we are docking together, we should be able to control the entire composite with only one control system. That is going to be demonstrated. Then the two satellites will get separated and move away, so that the independent payload operations will happen. So this is the sequence of activities. We are hoping that we will achieve this docking by the 7th of January in forenoon. All systems working well, and all our logics working as per our plan. This is the sequence of activities. The SpadeX mission itself is a demonstration of the tenacity of our teams, because as the chairman mentioned, this work as a thought experiment started in around 1989.
Wow.
And at that time, nobody thought that this is required for us, but the tenacity is seen, so that finally when the project was approved in 2016, we have realized this over several years, developed several test beds for validating the mechanism as well as the docking sequence, the sensors. Large amount of work has been done. It has been a combined effort of so many people across the ISRO centers as well as industry. And as project director already mentioned, this is also one of the trailblazer for our industry involvement in the satellite integration and testing. So far, large satellites have not been realized in the industry by themselves. This is the first time these two satellites have been integrated and tested in the industry, and we hope that this is going to be the first of several such satellites which will be done by the industry on their own. That is what we all wish.
Okay.
And once again, let me thank the PSLV team for providing a perfect launch, because a good start is half the work done. So that has happened now, the good start has come, and I'm sure our teams right now at Bangalore tracking the satellite and preparing for the next operations are going to be busy for the next few days. Thank you very much for your patience, for hearing me the whole thing, and wish you all the very best for very, very happy new year, because this year started on a bang with the ExpoSat launch again by PSLV on January 1st, and we are ending this year almost on the last day of the year with another PSLV launch with the SpadeX, which is a technology mission. What else we can ask for when we are working in a technology organization? And this is our gift, New Year gift to the nation, Indian nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Wow. It's amazing, man.
Thank you so much. What I need to say that already has been told by Shankaran. I won't prolong. So with me, my team, especially the directors of all centers are here. To save time, I am not requesting each one to speak, but their contribution in providing the systems for the rocket as well as the satellites is really important. Their leadership for building a very resilient, innovative team. And specifically today, I would like to thank each one of you for your contribution and work, and that is what is left behind for us to accomplish the docking mission as well. But very important point which I would like to speak and then conclude, we are waiting for the PS4 stage to change its orbit. It will be happening any moment. We are in the data non-availability zone. We will get soon the confirmation. The whole night we will be watching that part, but we won't keep you waiting for it. We will get to know about it tomorrow morning. The orbit of the PS4 stage will change to 350 kilometers, where the POEM payloads will be initiated. Based on the ground commands, each of the payloads will be tested. There are very interesting payloads on board, which many of you would have already read from our websites about the robotic activities, as well as many of the interesting life science related payloads, as well as propulsion related payloads in the POEM. So we have the teams from many startups, industries, academic institutions enabled by InSpace to be brought to the POEM. There are 10 payloads from NGEs, and there are around 11 payloads from ISRO centers testing various technologies. And we wish that all of them go very well. And that is a work for us in the new year 2025 to see all of this happen, including the docking. So I will say goodbye to you at this moment from the control center at Satish Dhawan Space Center, and wish you a very happy new year 2025. In 2025, we will have many missions. To start with, we have the mission of GSLV launching the NVS-02 in the month of January.
Yay.
So until we announce that mission, let me say good night and bye from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. Thank you.
That's what we wanted to hear. That's why we were here, the upcoming one. PSLV mission. Wow. Oh, that was amazing, man. I told you, they always have some story to tell. I mean, the formulation for this, the ideation for this started during the 1980s, man. Seriously, how come? This is the thing, ISRO, when it was formed, they were very passionate. They had the missions, they had all those directives, all those things they wanted to do already there, but they couldn't do it because the budget and all the stuff was not there. So but now finally they have that. So it's so good and so amazing to see. And then he explained it so beautifully, the whole docking process. We feel it's so easy, so a thing to do, but everything in space is hard, and this docking is also hard. Although I feel, and I am pretty sure, all the complexities and with the various sensors they have right now will be there for only this mission, because once they know how to do it, they will for sure improve its efficiency and whatnot. So let's just hop on to the Twitter and see what all we have in store for us. I mean, people are already working for those stuff about talking each other. Yes, exactly. Turn off new area. It will help us make the space station and whatnot. I also felt something happened about this. I hope because you could see the people were panicking behind. I was about to say that, but I hope nothing is as such not manageable. I think just an update, like it has gone, what should I say, that black because of the no signal and all those stuff. But yeah, look at that. This is cool. And what about SSLV? Exactly, look at them. None of us is strong as all of us. I mean, yes, I told you, right? These guys who look, many times we talk about the aged, ISRO being aged, but let me tell you, these guys were the ones who started it. And at that time, when no one was backing ISRO, they were the guys formulating those ideas. As he said, in 1989, the ideation of this kind of stuff happened, but obviously they did not know how to do it, had no budget, but finally they were able to do it. They were able to achieve it, and it will this is a foundation stone. This mission is a foundation stone, I'm telling you, for all the stuff which is going to happen very soon. The Chandryaan 4, Bharatiya Antariksh Space Station, Mars sample return, all those stuff is about to happen. And NVS 02 is going to happen in I really hope the docking stream they do, but as far as I know them, they won't do it, because I'm not sure how will they do it. Let's hope they do it, because they had all those PR regarding the SpadeX this time. So let's hope they have this stream, and if they have the stream, don't worry about it. I will be the first one to tell you and get the coverage with all those stuff happening. And see, this is how it looks like from the launch view gallery during the night time. It was foggy out there, but because of that only, the stuff it's not that visible, I think. But this is amazing, man. Night launches are what a dogla. Bye. Bye, bro. Okay. Oh yeah, finally some. There you go. People have already tracked it. People are tracking it and not the others. Actual people, right?
Night launch da nalla irukku.
Amazing, man. See, I think I could have also seen it from my place here, but I'll have to cover this mission as seen from Chennai. It should be visible from Bangalore also. And the birds have separated, and the people are already on the moon. For sure. I remember this docking thing when Chinese sample return mission had it, right? The Chang'e 5 mission, when it took the sample and then docking happened around the lunar orbit. That time also people had very good views about the docking stuff. True, Wildflower. I mean, yeah, it's all about the people not knowing how. The thing is, it's one thing is that you don't know. Other thing is that you are confident that you know. And the people I have problem is with the people who don't know anything, but they are confident that they know everything. Again, a chicken and egg problem. That is those people are the menace to the society everywhere in every field. They will not listen to you, they will have their opinions, and all those stuff is there. But yeah, okay. And yes, they what is this? Is there some sort of okay? Now we'll continue publish SpadeX mission success for few hours. Why you Vani? You can download the related packets over here. Wow. Not sure. I'm seeing this website for the first time. We'll see. But you can track the mission progress over here. vayuvani.com. From their terrace. See, people have been able to view it. Finally. Let me see. Hey, there you go. People have 60 from Chennai. People were able to. It's a night launch, right? It's more visible. I really hope, I really want ISRO to also view, make sure we have that viewing thingy also published. The what's that called? The view, not the viewfinder, whatever that is. You know what I'm talking about. NASA publishes that in view map, in which they tell you where to look, when to look, and yeah, those two things, so that you are able to do it properly. SpadeX deployed. I think the people have okay, these are ISRO scientists. They don't want to talk. They have not prepared anything, and I told you they always have stuff. See, you don't understand one thing. What I meant by that, they don't want a formal speech, but they always want to tell the story. Whenever I meet a ISRO scientist, I have met many, and they always are first of all excited to see us, because they feel like we are the new generation that will carry the space forward. Okay, first of all, so always excited to see us. Now there are two types of scientists. First of all, the person who is very excited to see us, and like they will make sure that whatever questions we have are answered. And then there is another person who is also very excited, but they will have all those questions for us. I mean, it's like a senior in a college who will do kind of fun bullying, but it's kind of the part of the job, and that's how you learn also a lot of stuff. They kind of grill you, but because of that only you actually learn all those details, the complicated details which never comes out. So that's kind of what they have. So what I meant was, they always have a story to tell, because they love to tell them. They love to interact with us, but not the formal speech, man. I also, if I would have been a scientist, I would love to tell the stories about how we have made the stuff, but not the formal speech. Who likes to write a speech, man? Who likes to write the speech, right? What I wanted to know is, there are any people who have commented? Nope. Scientists ask why exactly. That's a summarization, a true summarization. Bro, this thing, okay. Cargo spacecraft from Chengdu Aircraft Design Institute carry up to 2 tons of Whoa, look at that. China copying ISRO now. They're copying the RLV design, right? Which we have, the reusable launch vehicle. Look at them copying us. Oh, they have deployable wings. That's nice. That means they will be they will be able to house it inside a fairing. Cool. In China is China only. They will do some stuff. Concept right now or what? Some details. Nice. Whatever. We'll see. See, the memes have been started for coming up. This is what is going to happen, right? ISRO trying their best so that SDX-01 and SDX-02 hug each other and do stuff and do whatnot. Look at that. SpadeX-1, SpadeX-2. All the memes are out.
You have to get the right angle.
Yes, yes.
You have to get the right angle.
This is what is going to happen, really. This is the real footage. Don't worry about it. Your site, yep. Whoa. All are there. Have a truck. All right, now I'm just scrolling it. I'm just trying to find if there is any, views of the rocket itself from. Okay. Week ahead. So okay, let's see. The New Glenn on Monday, Jan 6 at 5:30. We have New Glenn launch maiden flight. I'll definitely cover this. Don't worry about it. Now I'll definitely cover this. And then we have a Starship Flight 7 on January 10th, Friday. Interesting time ahead. And we have the docking on Jan 7. So it will be a busy week ahead for me for sure. PVD2 booster in Shar. So this is technology one. Nice. Okay, India aims to set up a new research station in Antarctica. That was for so long. People were like, I don't know why we didn't have one already. Finally. Good. Cool. Yes, they have. People might have already spotted it already for sure. Cool. Now I'm just scrolling this stuff. Now let's just see what all launches we have upcoming. Was this the last launch for today on this year? Nah, SpaceX 425 Project Flight 3. What is this, man? Okay, we have the Rocket Lab launch. There are a lot of launches left for 2024. Wow. Okay, but I think they will obviously be shifted to 2025. The next is coming up is the Thuraya Falcon 9 launch on January 2 to be confirmed. But the main one is the New Glenn on January 6 and January 7, the Starship. Look at the timing. No, January 11 is the Starship. Yeah. And then we have the lunar lander, Blue Ghost lunar lander. Let me tell you one thing. See, how does it look like? Does it look familiar to you guys? Don't you? It looks familiar, right? Now who's copying whom? Take that, take that. It's always like, people will be, now I'm telling you, when I'll stream this, right? And then the Indian people who are, I mean, it's not just about Indian people. Everyone around the world will be like this. Chandrayaan 3 copy, Chandrayaan 3 copy. Seriously. I mean, you can see that it looks like that only, right? I mean, now it's not a copy. Since we are space nerds, we should know that this is not the copy. This is just the design, which is good, which is beneficial, which is apt for such landing experiments. That's why, because they have a center of mass which is lower and it's tapered off, and because of that tapering, you can have a large that area for it to land, so the balance is nice. All those design criteria is there. That's why it looks like this. But yes, I'll also say Chandrayaan 3 copy, right? But yes, this is coming up in the January. So one moon mission is finally going up. Blue Ghost lunar lander, which we'll see. So yeah. So I think that should be it from me. If you did like the stream, do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there are a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Many things are in line, and you should be able to see all that stuff very, very soon. So thank you so much for next spaceflight app. Yeah, you can say that. Not sure which space launch now. I'm using that. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you liked the stream. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, subscribe already. What are you waiting for? And we will come back with the docking. Most probably first will be the January 2 launch of the SpaceX, but I think that is like a top secret one. I'm not sure we'll get a stream for that or not, but for sure I will cover that the New Glenn and Starship Flight 7. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, this is Priyanshu Roila. You just saw Rocket Gyan. Stay safe, stay healthy, and